got one, decked, and one cash.
That's right.
Tell me about this.
Thought she'd give you a nice balance.
Yes,
you know.
I needed a balance. Beautiful. Everything head to toe. Beauty.
Thank you. Yeah, the costume designers of our movie were amazing. They went all out. So.
Ruth.
Yes. Amazing Ruth.
That doesn't breathe when you're working outside in the heat, does it?
Yeah, it's interesting because we shot in a bit of a colder time of the year. Now is not quite as cold, but it's not the height of the summer that I felt in Atlanta over the years. So I still feel like I'm in an okay time period for this.
Wait until next month or August.
Exactly. That's when I'll be talking differently.
Well, it's good to see you guys. And I have to say, you really got everybody excited when you posted a shot of director's chairs and drums.
What, directed? No, that was my chair.
Your chair. A director's chair with your name on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And who else was with it? Was who else? Black Widow?
Yeah,
And Cap.
And Cap, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so tell me the significance of that shot and the drum and the everything happening.
Well, the drum is there because sometimes we bring drums to set and play them, and I just happened to be sitting there and was looking across the way because sometimes you don't sit in your own chair, and my chair was between theirs, and I was like, well, let me put the drum over here, and I saw the picture, and they had built the river behind, which is crazy. So I just wanted to get a shot of the chairs and the river, and it's a good shot.
Meant to be in Africa, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. Absolutely.
Yes. In Wakanda, yeah.
Yeah, and you've worked with these guys before.
Mm-hmm.
How is it different on an Avengers set versus Black Panther set?
It's there's a certain amount of comfort, I think, with Avengers because it's been done before. Although this is a different version of it, there's some new challenges. We're all comfortable with each other, and we have a lot of fun. Not that we didn't have fun on the Black Panther set, but it was a new thing. It's a new concept, and you don't quite know what it is, what it's supposed to look like, what it's supposed to sound like and feel like. So it's a lot more pressure and angst on the Black Panther set, for one thing. But the culture, I think I was trying to bring, you talk about the drums, some of that culture that we had and freeness of spirit onto this set, which has been good.
So you guys bring some music in between takes, or when you guys
especially
have some downtime?
especially on that Black Panther set we did.
Okay.
But only a couple of days here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to incorporate it more. I think Well,
sometimes if you're wearing the suit, you don't have time. You can't exactly play the drums with the suit on.
Not as much flexibility and range of motion.
That's why I don't have mine on right now.
Well, how did you welcome Danai into this part of the Marvel universe?
Into Avengers?
Yes. Yes.
Did I welcome you?
Oh, no, of course you did.
I think
he's a sweetheart.
I'm not quite sure how I did it, but I felt like it wasn't just me. I think everybody did. Chris, Scarlett, everybody did. Mackie.
Yes.
How did Mackie welcome you?
They were all extremely awesome.
I'm sure Maggie did something pretty cool.
He's a prankster.
Yes.
So yeah.
What did he do? What did he do?
We can't.
You gotta tell me now.
Everyone was so awesome.
The kids are still
you're like,
the kids are still
awesome.
awake. The kids are still awake.
It was so lovely. Really, and it was very cool for me, just to see everybody. I hadn't met everyone before, so it was awesome. And he instantly, there's such a brother-sisterliness between us. So, seeing him was awesome to see him on the set. But it was like a different set, you know what I mean? And then meeting everybody, they were very, very, very welcoming.
Well, Scarlett said she was so pumped to have you, to have, Brie Larson, more females in this world now. Mm-hmm. So you guys are providing a little bit of balance with all the testosterone, right?
Yeah, I think the testosterone.
It's more than a little bit. It's more than, right? It's more than a little bit.
Yeah. Because I come in, it's not just me, I come in with an army
she
of
has
women
an army.
who look just like me.
Yeah.
We're all like this, and so it is kind of an injection of a different type of energy, I imagine. But it also, and honestly, it felt very congruent. It felt very like there was space for us in the world that was really kind of cool. And the Wakanda scenes that we shot, we really brought the Wakanda culture to the moment, and that was experienced wonderfully by everybody. Everyone really kind of enjoyed it and thought, oh wow, this is, you know, Wakanda in the house, basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bring it in strong.
With the drum and the sounds and our language, you know, it was cool.
We had just finished shooting our movie, so it was almost like we just walked right into this one. So yeah, that feeling, like it almost felt like I didn't have to welcome you because it's like we were still shooting the same movie. In a way.
Just on a different set.
Yeah, like literally it was just a few weeks ago.
Yeah. So.
Well, when you think about this particular movie, the scale is massive. I think there's 64 characters from the Marvel Universe here. How many can you guys name? In 30 seconds, can you rattle some?
I'm not even gonna try. No.
Black Panther.
No.
Well, what was more difficult, training for the Marvel Universe or training for The Walking Dead?
So interesting. I mean, it really was. They were both very new to me. It was interesting because, you know, there were certain forms that do parallel between, you know, training with the katana and training with the staff. But at the same time, they're very significantly different. There were times I would like, with my staff, I would be trying to I'd do like a thing, I was like, oh yeah, staffs don't do that. Swords do that, you know? So I had to reprogram in a lot of ways. And it's still, as both of them are, they're learning curves. They continue. There's never a time I'm like, yeah, I'm good, I got this. You know?
Did your training kind of help prepare you for this in a way?
In a way. In some ways, I really felt like I was training anew when I came here, and then in some ways there were things I could totally borrow from. But yeah, it was a beautiful, different style. I think, you know, Michonne, she's very economical and you know, and efficient and very specific with her work. Whereas Okoye, she's coming from a place of a certain degree of style, and it's almost like there's so much tradition in what she's doing. So her approach is very like by the traditional book in terms of how she's approaching, how she moves. So they kind of overlapped it a little bit, but largely they felt like I was learning anew both times.
Very different. Well, who goes hardest in the gym?
Well, Chad comes with a.
I go hardest in the gym.
Whatever, I go hard.
She goes, no, I was just about to say she trains.
You look like you go.
She trains so hard.
Yeah.
But Chad is really.
She works so hard in getting Okoye's style and her weaponry. So it was a joy to watch that. Lupita goes hard too.
Oh yeah.
Lupita makes a lot of noise, boy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of noise.
So what's the regimen?
She's serious, boy.
What's the regimen? What's the train in the gym? What's your train? Yeah, the physical regimen.
Chad comes with folks. You know what I'm saying? Chad brought the drummer. Thank God.
What do you mean?
Because that drummer helped us when Jabari was playing and you're trying to get these moves down and Jabari in the corner just hitting them drums, and we're like, okay, turn off the hip hop. We got like some drum in the house, and literally it would help me so much to find, firstly, this African woman in me, and also to find the rhythm of how she would move with her weapon that was traditional to her people. So, you know, Chad came with some support systems that helped us all.
I wanted to make sure that the movement was not just Asian martial arts. A lot of times you see that you could see the African influence in the martial arts. They can be Asian, but there are African martial arts as well. And you see them in dance, and you see them hidden inside our culture. So you know, I wanted to make sure that was there. So I brought a few people along with me.
Who did you bring to make it authentic in that way?
Jabari Exum, who's a drummer, also a hip hop artist. Maurice Crump, Addison Henderson. They're sort of my group of people that helped me in terms of the character and movement, and it helped everyone.
They can say tweak this, tweak that.
They say what?
They can say tweak this, tweak that, do this.
That's more so for the stunt coordinators who also brought their own elements to it as well. But when she's saying I brought people, she's referring
for
to
the
that.
prep.
Yeah, for the prep. So they were part of my prep prior to coming, and also during the time when we were here. So it's everything from, you know, Danbai boxing to capoeira to Hari Mao to just boxing in general, Aikido, jiu-jitsu, some weaponry. So yeah, it's you know, weightlifting, all of that. So Yeah.
So what you're saying is you could kick somebody's butt after all this.
I would
training.
never say that on national TV when I would get lost.
Yeah, you go
never,
hard in the
I
gym,
would never
basically.
say anything
Yeah,
like that.
with the training. Well, the crossover in this film is, I mean, it's remarkable. You've got Guardians of the Galaxy, you've got Black Panther, you've got Captain Marvel with the Avengers. Like, how cool has that been to be a part of this as well? And do you guys ever think like, oh, like I'm kind of geeking out. Like yeah, there's Iron Man. There, you know, we're working with, you know.
Yeah, no, that's. I think every one of those films have a different rhythm, a different, you know, a different style. And you watch those movies, like I remember seeing Ant-Man and being like, I've never seen a Marvel movie like this. And then, you know, you sort of want your movie to be as good, but then it's got to be its own thing. Right. So you get to be a part of that energy that you went to the theaters and watched and you know, bought a box of popcorn and enjoyed. Now you're part of it. So it's good to have your own thing and bring that to those movies as well.
It's like a
I definitely
superhero
geeked out a little when I was like standing with them all.
I saw you.
You saw me geek
I
out?
saw you geek out.
What I
saw you geek out.
What I do?
That's what I came up to you was like.
I was like, this is so cool.
You did
like,
it.
I just sort of had a moment.
You did it a couple of times. You did it a couple of times.
Cool. Like, it was kind of cool.
I was
like, it hit me like unexpectedly. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome.
Was it like a big group? What was it?
Yeah,
Like
it was a scene we were shooting where we were just kind of all standing next to each other. And I just sort of went, wait a minute.
You're like, wait, down here and down here. And
yeah, it was pretty awesome. And just the mashup of us, you know, from Wakanda, you know, with, you know, the Avengers standing with us, like,
the different worlds.
Pretty awesome about it. I had
the different worlds colliding.
Moment.
It's
and the coolness of them coming to our world, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and this is something so cool about the Avengers coming to Africa, coming to Wakanda. You know what I mean? Like, they're standing right next to us. I was like, this is pretty awesome.
And it's going to continue. I mean, there are two different movies that are being filmed back to back here. So it's, you know, it's a long-term process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And more Black Panther, we hope, too, right?
Yeah.
What can you tell us?
I don't know what I can tell you. Yeah. You have to ask a question.
I ask, you tell.
No, I mean, I think the one thing you get to see in Black Panther and in this movie that you didn't get to see in Civil War is it introduces in an organic way the technology and the mystery of the country. So that is all part of Infinity War. So like using it to the advantage of the Avengers and Guardians, and so I think that's what you'll see for sure.
Yeah. Now, when you posted that picture, I was a little surprised because Marvel typically locks it down, but you were able to get something out. Did you go rogue and do that, or did you get permission to do that?
I definitely got permission.
You did. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. All right. You didn't want to ruffle any feathers when. Yeah,
I like my job.
But
I like my job.
Have you guys had family visit the set? Have you had?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my parents have been here.
Yeah. And what did they think about all of it?
Yeah. They, you know, it's funny because I thought they would, you know, I didn't think they would have the attention span for being here for a long, because, you know, sitting on a set for a long period of time, you get tired. Yeah. But they were right there the whole time. So they loved it. Yeah. They loved it. So I want them to come back at some point. They might not make it during this one, but probably the next one.
The next one.
Yeah.
How about you?
I haven't as yet. I'm one of those people, like, I'm at work and I'm like, I'm at work, guys. I'm at work.
Yeah. You have to
See you later,
compartmentalize.
you know?
Yeah.
But I do want to stop being like that. So I do want to bring up, you know what I mean? Like, I want to open up. Like, all my family knows I'm away for long periods of time, doing long hours of something, you know what I mean? And then they see the result. But it would be nice to have them, to share my world with them a bit more.
But it is hard to kind of, you know, if you're at work, you're at work, and that's a different kind of vibe.
It is. And, you know, but I want to be more like others and bring family, because I think it is a nice,
be yourself.
Normal thing to do.
You do your thing. You do you. Well, so what do you guys want people to take away when they see this movie and they see the cultural aspects that you're bringing and the authenticity that you're bringing?
I think, you know, there's always something you can learn from these movies are obviously they're fictitious characters, but you know, these characters put aside their differences in order to for the greater good, you know, so that they can win, so that people can live and have better lives. And it's kind of like what we need to do in real life. So if they can take that away, you know, beyond all of the stuff blowing up and, you know, all of the tricks and abilities, I think that's the most important thing, is that people put aside their differences. That's how we left Civil War, is that differences were not put aside. So you come into this movie having to deal with that weakness that's there. The division creates the opportunity for your enemies to come in, to sneak in, and take over. So, you know, we're dealing with that.
Yeah, I think what you said it really, the cultural components and the authenticity. And to me, that's just so important, being that, you know, I'm Zamerican, Zimbabwean and American, but I grew up on the continent. And so to be a part of the storytelling and to bring this, though it is a fictitious place, I mean, it brings in so many beautiful truths. And I think telling the story the way we got to tell it during Black Panther and bringing it to this is to me is just so kind of an answered, like, deep desire I've always had, which is to see the continent portrayed on this sort of a platform. And so it is really exciting, because, you know, we speak Xhosa, that's a language from Southern Africa that we speak in the movie, and you know, was from Civil War. In fact, it was like when you first heard it. But it really is like we've embodied a culture that's real, and then brought it to these characters and to the world that we bring. And that, to me, to put that on the scale that Marvel puts things on is thrilling.
It's beautiful.